It's 11:59 at Radio Free America. This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I've got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock America, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to
Not over. It's not over. All right. So welcome to our daily gun show. We come to you live every weeknight at midnight Eastern for about an hour each night. And we have a conversation about guns. We've got some guests. We've got Angelina jumping in from California. Thanks for joining.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. We got Bob jumping in from Canada.
Hello.
We got we got Jimmy jumping in from the Phoenix. Thanks for jumping in.
Hello.
You brought your lovely wife, Amitha, today.
Hi.
And then we got a special guest, Angry, jumping in from Phoenix as well.
How's it going?
And then I'm over here in Phoenix also. So we're all sitting in a parking lot, kind of in the middle of Phoenix, coming back from California. And Angry just signed the Gun Channel's, what are we calling that, poster. So thanks for doing that. It's been, up here like 3 times, and I keep forgetting to have you sign it. So thanks for coming all halfway across town here to do that and be on the show. So it is Friday. It's episode number 539. We're getting wicked feedback from Angelina, I think. So we are about to start a Friday show, which means it's the gun biz and alternative topics and Friday stuff. So where do we want to take this one? Is anybody, I've been kind of driving most of the day and doing things. Does anybody have anything happen to them? Anything new?
Not me. I've been pretty much working all day, so I haven't done anything or seen anything besides working.
Working hard.
Working hard.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much today. We actually have a bunch of teenagers hanging around the house right now, so it's kind of hectic. So yeah, I'm just busy. Busy.
All right, so we got a bunch of people joining us tonight. 14 people watching right off the bat. Appreciate everybody that's joining in and commenting on the YouTube side. And if you were commenting on the Gun Channel side, we thank you for that. So, well, it's Friday, so like I say, we're talking the gun business. Angry, you're our guest tonight. You have any gun biz topics that we haven't talked about in a while? You've been listening to the show forever.
I think nothing's coming to mind.
Of course, if anybody out there wants to throw one out, that's what it's all about. Have a conversation. So,
I've been working all day. I haven't really been paying attention to much.
we were talking earlier. Huh?
Have it move closer, because now it's like, wah, wah, wah.
We were talking earlier about that new range that's down by your place. Is that the new range, or you guys remember misunderstanding?
No, well, yeah, I guess it's been there for a couple of years now. But it's primarily a range. They do have a shop, which they said they're expanding on. But since I've been here in September, they haven't expanded yet. So I don't know what their time frame on expanding on is yet. But primarily they're a range. It's to my knowledge the only indoor range in my area, unless people want to travel like 30 minutes up to Caswell's or something.
Where's Caswell's?
Caswell's is I believe it's like border of Mesa and Chandler. Yeah. So it's a good about 30-minute drive from where I'm at. So being kind of the only indoor range in town is nice.
How many indoor ranges have you guys been to? I think I've only been to 2. What's it called? The Scottsdale Gun Club and the Shooter's World.
Shooters World.
Oh, no, and then I went to C2, where the guy used to shoot all the time.
Yeah, so technically I've been before because I didn't shoot at Caswell's or C2. Or for that, it's Scottsdale Gun Club, but I did go there. And then Ted's.
Yeah, I've been to Shooter's World, but I don't like outdoor ranges. Or indoor ranges. I like outdoor ranges.
I much prefer the outdoor ranges, but I understand why some people, especially in like an Arizona heat,
in the summer.
enjoy an indoor range.
Plus, getting to the mountains, if you're like where you're at now, getting to your mountains is going to be an
Oh,
hour.
yeah.
So I didn't realize when I left you when we were eating those vegan falafels
Oh, yeah.
last week, and I was leaving towards California, and I stopped at that little mom and pop gun shop. They told me there was another Shooter's World. I didn't know there was 2 locations. I guess it's way west. Yeah. Angelina, how many indoor ranges have you been to?
Probably like actually shot at or just been inside.
Well, counting both, I guess.
I don't know. I'd say probably like 10 or less then.
Oh, that's still quite a few. Those are all in the California there?
No, like I've been to that Scottsdale gun club before. I went to a shooting range in Illinois once as well. But otherwise, yeah, all in California.
On your road trips, you haven't stopped at any indoor ranges by any chance?
No, because I don't usually like stop and shoot.
At home last month.
The one at Roll Call?
The one at Roll Call, yeah, because that
was the new building.
That was the new building. So I used that indoor range, which was nice. Which for people up there, that's kind of their only option because there's one about 45 minutes south of us, but outside of that, we don't have outdoor ranges really in Pennsylvania. Like if you have public land, you can, but all the outdoor ranges are state game lands, which you're restricted to 3 rounds in your rifle, 3 rounds in your shotgun, or 6 rounds in your pistol.
Because they assume you're hunting or something.
Yeah.
Like you got to do a hunting.
Yep, you got to do a hunting style. Yep.
Oh. Bob, what about you? Indoor ranges in Canada?
I've been to probably 6 or 7.
The opposite of down here, where it's like in the winter, that's your option.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's your only option. Well, I've gone shooting, but not with handguns out in the frigid cold because it's just, yeah, you can't. You have to shoot with gloves on. Like more than 30 seconds exposure will like cause frostbite. And you can go longer if you get used to it, but it's like, yeah, it sucks. So, yeah, mostly it's indoor ranges, and we have a lot more of them probably per, capita or whatever they call it.
So then people that are out there in the chats, what's the kind of numbers you're looking at for indoor ranges? Just out of curiosity. There's some kind of lag, so we'll wait on that, I guess. Has there been any exceptional outdoor ranges that you've been to, or indoor ranges that you've been to that stand out? I mean, Scottsdale, everybody hears about it. I don't think it was all that great.
Yeah, it didn't blow my mind. The selection was nice.
I mean, it's a fancy kind of building, and like the layout and everything's all nice and clean, but the range is kind of restrictive.
Close together, yeah, it's really close.
Their rental selection's nice because I've been to some ranges where their rental selection's not like Ted's. That was one of the things with Ted's, or not Ted's. Roll Call when I went was they don't have a huge selection for rentals, but they do have an option where if you're buying a gun, you can rent it before you buy it type option. So there's that.
Yeah, like half the gun, well, not half, but a bunch of guns had like a little sticker that said "Try before you buy" or something.
Yeah, try before you buy. So that's cool. But I mean, most of the ranges I've come across are like Scottsdale, as I said. Like I think you hear about it because it is such a nice building. It's Scottsdale, it's whatever. But it didn't blow my mind.
And it's expensive. We went up one time to shoot a SCAR 308, right? Plus $160 I'm all of a sudden done to shoot 2 mags. And the guy wouldn't even let me flip the selector myself from semi to full. He had to reach over and click it for me.
Wow.
I clicked it actually. He clicked it back. He clicked it. So, yeah. Angeline, what did you think of the Scottsdale Gun Club? Did you shoot there?
I did not shoot there, but I looked at the range. I didn't think it was like amazing. LAX is probably the nicest one I've been to.
That one is one that I want to go to. I'm interested in going to.
I've only seen it through back in the olden days through webcam. They used to have a webcam in like 2005 where you had a gun chat, and those Ray kind of went down there and shot, and there was like a webcam. And if he knew somebody was going to be there, like he told us, I'll be there at 3 p.m. So at 3 p.m. we all went to the webcam, and we're like watching it. And then, so I got to see some of the range, but I don't know how big or elaborate it is. I only know, like, view it at one point. Yeah.
See, some of those like Vegas ones look really nice.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah. They're kind of, the ranges are mediocre because they're just for like throwing lead down, and they're almost snails. They're not long. They're 50 yards, and they're just a big collection. But yeah, I mean, how can you beat being able to just pick off a menu as many guns as you want, basically, as long as you got to put money for it. Just and I just keep bringing them to you. Yeah. All right, so that's enough lag time. We'll see if people have been out here saying nothing on the YouTube side. So nobody's been doing an indoor range on the YouTube side or the gun channel side. Amazing. All right, well, so much for a conversation about guns. I guess we'll just continue to entertain you. We'll get into gun tech and alternative topics. This is the next idea that we'll be talking about tonight.
I don't know. I'm really interested in this whole thing. They can make guns that are like that get around the gun laws. I think that's an interesting topic, right?
You mean comply with the vaguely written, poorly executed?
Yes, right. Right, and that's what I mean, right? They're complying with the laws, but they're making guns that you would normally think wouldn't be allowed, right? I mean, you guys have them in those, not a, what the hell is it? That short-barreled shotgun that's got a brace on it and shit, but you can shoulder because now you can shoulder braces or something. I don't know, but just the whole, oh, we can make this and this is legal, but if you went and took your regular shotgun and cut the barrel that short, yeah, it's illegal. We have the same thing here, right? So that's something that kind of interests me. Like, how is that? I don't know. How do the lawmakers get their heads around these stupid laws?
All right. So thanks to who told me to flip over to refresh. So anyway, somebody told me to refresh the YouTube side, and I realized I was on that top chat thing. So if you're watching your YouTube chats on whatever chat you might be watching live, there's a little toggle at the top. You can flip it from top over to live, and then you see everything and not just the ones they feel like choosing. So yeah, we have all kinds of answers actually. So sorry about missing that. Let's see. So we'll go back up. And CW says in Seattle he has 4 indoor ranges, 15 minutes to 30 minutes away. It's pretty decent. Steadily, 0. So I'm guessing he shoots outside. Whatever. Pickle saying he's been to 1 indoor range. Snowy North saying he's hit 10 or so. It's pretty decent. Lockjaw's been to 3. Found 1 I like and sticking with it. Most people do, I think. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. When I was living in Saskatoon, I had a local range. It was called Target Alley, and it only had about 6 or 7 lanes, but it was built on top of a warehouse that did some kind of machinery work. So it was living gun, and the way the building was oriented. Went anywhere else, we're gonna go. Like the regular stuff you have in a gun range. The only place we're gonna go is into a river or banks. Yeah, it was perfect, right? I can't see any way they could ever outlaw it. Industrial area, and you just went in there. You went up 1 flight of stairs, and you went in and. Buy a target, you could buy ammo, you could buy guns, and then you walked into the back and you had 6 lanes. They didn't care if you went rapid fire. There was none of those like that. Shot, shot something and you had to pay a fine for shooting it. But other than that, it was.
Vanessa's saying that she's got 3 indoor ranges, 2 that are open. And 2 outdoor open to the public. 1 outdoor is leased by the state. This archery as well. Yeah, they always default to the top chat. Everybody's talking about that.
Oh yeah, even on my phone I had to change it.
Oh really? I
never
think about that.
Yeah.
All right, so we were going back to the last topic there. So alternative topics. laws that comply, I guess, guns that comply. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and now we're seeing the bump stock being attacked for doing that. So, sort of the point, I guess, is to illustrate the vagaries or the consistencies in their law, the logic in them.
We've also heard one of those teenage gun activists say, "That's our inch. We're taking it all."
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, we got the bump stocks. We're gonna get the rest of them. This is
We
like,
don't have nothing yet, but they're going after them for
Yeah,
sure.
they're trying.
They're trying.
Well, the bump stock is the whole, oh, we got this, so now what else can we get?
yeah, it's the whole thing. You let them have an inch, and they are going to go for a yard. They're going to go for everything. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, but well, since we're talking about guns that are, kind of follow the law, the vaguely written laws, I am interested in that little what was it called? The Franklin Armory. I don't know if they called it something special, but it's their little SBR. It's not an SBR because it's smoothbore or something like that.
Oh, the one
And they got
it's not even all that short though, is it? I guess it's
it's 26 inches total, I think.
but
Yeah.
the barrel is still 14 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it's still at 14.5.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really not. Yeah, it's true.
But I guess they didn't have to pin a brake on the front or something.
Yeah, because it's smooth bore. Or
I understand the concept, and I like that they're again putting things out there that challenge the law. But I think if practically, I'd rather just get everything right.
Oh, well, yeah, they had
Yeah, absolutely.
ammo that was shaped to actually, after it left the barrel, would start spinning so that it would, stabilize.
It almost
Yeah,
looked like an
like
old
Nerf
Nerf
football.
football. Yeah.
yeah, a little Nerf football.
Yeah,
around.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I personally, I shoot a slug gun out to 100 yards, and I don't have a problem with that. You can still hit, plate-sized targets pretty much every shot. So, yeah, I just think it's kind of silly that they push this as some kind of, really great rifle, and it's a smoothbore rifle. Because most
they're
people
pushing
aren't
it
going to
as
buy the special ammo.
to the poorly written laws, really.
Yeah, and what I
to
think is interesting out of it is the longer that these things are around, the longer that we can say, hey,
Right.
nothing horrible is happening with these. Why is everything else still on the NFA?
Yeah. Why is it okay to have 14.5 for the pin thing?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this one at 14 is more dangerous or somehow an issue. Right. So Clay is saying silence black powder rifles. You guys
Yeah.
think of that one.
Yeah. I forget who made it, but someone.
Silencer.
Silencer made it? Yeah.
I think it's been challenged in a couple of states because some states consider firearms combustible or expanding gas, not just combustible gas.
Oh.
So they'll get air guns and black powder and everything into it because it's expanding gas of any type. And I think a couple of states have had issues with it, but for the most part, it's not anything. It's just a thing that you put on the front of a thing that's not a gun.
Yeah. Well, this is I guess this kind of goes along with it, but I was listening to a chat last night. I think it was primary and secondary, and the one guy made the comment about you have on the ATF, they have destructive devices. Yeah, it's perfectly legal to go buy a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big black powder smoothbore. But
because there's no cartridge, it's not a gun, and it's black powder.
But it's a cannon.
muzzle loader.
Literally, you could take a cannon deer hunting if you wanted to. It's but yeah, we can't have destructive devices.
Here's something I just stumbled across a video, but that got me thinking is these suppressors made out of just an adapter to screw an oil can onto it, right?
Oh yeah, the eBay stuff.
No, not even eBay. These have been around for a while, these adapters, and if you use a good quality oil filter, it will work for so many rounds. I don't remember how many, but it does work.
Talking about solvent traps.
What?
Yeah. Well, you can use an oil filter, but it's wider, so they use those the a solvent. Well, they call it a solvent trap, but they use oil filters because they look more like the profile of the suppressor.
Oh,
So they're just longer and they have a carbon fiber or something.
Yeah, I seen somebody do that with a mag light. They took a bunch of those little whatever the cup things are and lined them up down there. That's kind of cool.
Anyway, so would it be legal to own an adapter that's screwed onto where a suppressor would normally go, that also would then accept an oil filter? Would that adapter be legal?
I believe
You
The
can buy
adapter is
that.
legal, but once you use it, illegally, it's illegal.
Right. As soon as you shoot through it the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be something for a prepper to look at. Saying.
Slim is saying the adapter is an NFA item. I think you can register an adapter and then each of the filters you put on, I think, but you can also just buy an adapter, use it as a solvent trap.
Yeah.
And then not shoot through it, and then it's just a solvent trap. It isn't, you haven't done anything to lessen decibels of whatever.
That's a cool idea.
Well, it's how you use it. If you buy it intentionally to use it as a thing, then you have to register the filters as the baffles and stuff. So it gets to be a pain, but sometimes, again, people are doing that in order to show them that, hey, you're making me register a freaking disposable oil can or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving through the show today, so not much happening on the gun channel side except for play over there. Somebody else is doing a chat right now. Edge might be doing a chat. So go over to the YouTube side. Constructive intent? I guess so. I guess that's what they call it.
Yeah, that's.
I remember the 1990s movie with the potatoes as suppressors. I don't, but I've seen people do that shit.
Yeah.
They throw it on a revolver. Yeah.
The potatoes, I've seen them do it with the plastic bottles for movies.
Yeah, like a 2-liter bottle.
Like a 2-liter bottle.
2-liter bottle to the barrel like that.
No, actually, you know what? Laugh all you want. If you look at it, if you like cut one in half, stuff it with fiberglass insulation, then tape it back together, tape it on the barrel or whatever, it'll suppress the first shot or two.
I don't think so. No, not if you cut it in half first.
No, if you cut it in half, no, yeah.
If you jammed a bunch of shit in there, maybe, but it'll suppress without anything. It'll suppress with just an empty bottle the first time.
No.
Steadily saying, according to the ATF, anything touching your muzzle is in an attempt to suppress is, of course, suppressor. I agree, but again, if you don't shoot through it, then it's just a solvent trap. Again, if the idea would be you put this adapter on your AR-15 or whatever barrel, and then you put an oil filter down there, and that way, as you're cleaning your barrel from the breech like you should, not from the muzzle, then every time you push that brush through, instead of just throwing lead and debris all over, it's collected in that oil can, and when you're all done, you just unscrew it, and you leave that oil can just like a regular oil filter to collect all that crap, and then it would take forever for that thing to actually fill up with stuff. So you could use that for a long, long time, and it would never have been with the intent to suppress. So,
right.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then if you, like I say, if shit hits the fan and the rule of law is gone, you got a way to suppress. Yeah. Smart.
Steadily saying a potato doesn't work. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I've heard a potato works, and I like if you stick it on a barrel of a.
I think they got that from World War II and stuff, where people were doing that to take out sentries.
Like a silencer that's a potato.
Yeah,
you're literally shoving a potato on the end of your gun.
Yeah,
and I guess something about it just, the potato absorbs all the energy of the gas coming out and destroys it.
Would be best.
First couple shots.
Probably a French potato or a German.
One shot per potato.
It just makes a potato
apart. Yeah, but and the thing is, if you've got think back in the old days, you had a thin barrel on a pistol or a rifle. You could stick a potato on there, just like jam that potato on there, and then shoot it. You'd get one suppressed shot. That works. I'm not going to say how I know that, but it does work. Back in the day, mon amis, when fighting for their French resistance.
So then we can move on to the gun shop of the day.
Yeah, gun shop of the day. Let's do it.
So 717 Armory. This must have been suggested by somebody out in the chat. It's in Pennsylvania. So have you heard of this one before?
No.
Speaking of our special guest here tonight.
Where is it at?
It's in Harrisburg.
Oh, okay.
Got
Yeah,
an ambulance going by here. You probably can tell that.
That's pretty far south.
Okay, so where is Harrisburg? It's way far south?
Harrisburg's like central south of the state. It's the capital. So it's down by like Lancaster, stuff like that.
Oh, so I'm about on a screen share and I'm used to two monitors. Sorry, I'll do this and flip back over here and flip over to here and we will grab the actual window that we're looking at, and now everybody can share with us. It's screen sharing right now, Angela.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. We got welcome to the Army. This is on their main page. So got a classroom there. Looks like a nice lounge. I think them lounges are pretty handy. I don't see enough shops that like put that. But if you have like a class or something, it's handy. Or if you're just going to meet somebody, you don't have to like stand there like it's nice. 15 well-lit air-conditioned shooting lanes, 25-yard, 50 to 50 caliber. It's pretty decent.
50 caliber inside.
Yeah, that's what it said.
That's pretty nice.
Located off some street in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, 24,000 square feet, air-conditioned indoor range with 15 lanes, 5 of which are 50 yards long. I guess that's pretty long for Pennsylvania. Primary shooter, $20 per lane. Secondary shooter, $10 on the same lane. That's kind of interesting. You get a little bit of a discount if you got multiple people sharing a lane.
Safety course.
$15 one-time fee. Okay, so it looks like everybody has to do that. I guess there could be worse. All right, so it looks like they also have it set up so that if somebody wants to keep shooting, they have to wait in line so that somebody can't just sit there and camp. I guess that might, usually they have rules like that once they're crowded all the time, and they want to make sure people feel like they're not going to waste their time driving over, right? Looks like it's owned by a Marine. Let's see. Taking place. What?
Nice website.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they put some time into it. It looks like they were a skating rink before, so that's probably why it's so large. And then a bunch of people I work with. Cool. So that's our shop today. Another shop in Pennsylvania, and we appreciate whoever who sent that in. So you can call it.
Whoever suggested that.
Midnight Range. They're new. They only been open a few months. Right on. So they must have like a kitchen or some sort of a deli or something that Midnight Range is interested in. So we recommended it.
All right. Well, what do we got left? Got a quote?
Pickle's asking, can you add MJ Trading in Sacramento to the list to talk about someday? I guess so. Yeah. Are you okay? What else do you got? A gun movie? We don't have a gun movie, so since you're our guest, you get to pick the gun movie, Angry.
I'm trying to think of what I've seen. What's the name? That new movie, 12 Strong.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. Great movie, and it's a good one. So they didn't try to like fuck around and make it seem like some stupid SEAL movie or something. So I thought they did pretty good, other than the fact that they made it seem like Green Berets like, oh, horses, I've never heard of a horse before. Yeah. But otherwise, it was pretty decent.
It was actually I was actually pleasantly surprised with that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it either.
So it's basically about the first team. So Green Berets go in, they're one leg in CIA, one leg in military. They wear a uniform, unlike spies, but they're right there to gather intelligence, teach insurgents, and to help people, fight against those who are oppressing them. They'll go out independently without support. And this is what this movie is about. Some of the first guys to go in after 9/11 to Afghanistan to basically for the first time ever drop ground guided bombs out of a B-52.
Yep.
So just run in, do something that's never been done before, and do it with surgical precision. So hardcore stuff, and I think we did a pretty decent job of explaining it all in the movie, considering it was such a big stuff to talk about. The book was way better. Everybody tells me I haven't read the book.
Yeah, I haven't read the book either, but
yeah, good movie, and the actors weren't distracting. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is my movie, so like I'm the hero, and that doesn't happen in
no, like you kind of got a good basis for everybody kind of played part of the team. And
all right, so that's a movie. Definitely 2 thumbs up. Jimmy's going to put 2 thumbs up in the future.
All right,
Maybe.
so it's a lot of thumbs.
2 thumbs. You haven't seen it, Angelina?
I haven't seen it, so no thumbs.
All right, so we're waiting. We got Midnight suggested The Divide. We'll throw that in there for a future show. And I guess we got Dirty Harry. I haven't done that one in a while, so we'll throw that in for a future show. And what's going on the gun shell site, just in case they're saying something. Owned by a Marine. Maybe they offer classes on crayon eating. I didn't say it. That's what on side. All right. So, all right. That's our gun movie today. And I'll write that in there. Game over, man. What is that all about? Coach job. So, some gun history, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll do the regular history. You do the gun.
I'm looking to see if we got the gun history, and we do not.
All right,
Nothing
so the
specific.
30th. So 1981, President Reagan was shot, but he lived. 1775, King George endorses New England Restraining Act. 1948, Henry Wallace criticizes Truman's Cold War policies. 1814, the Allies capture Paris. So that's pretty old. 1974, John Denver has his first hit with Sunshine on My Shoulders. That's about it. We don't have anything for gun history, so yeah.
So we are looking for stuff. So if you get over to guncalendars.com, that's where I keep all our gun history. So if we already have like a dry spell here in this part of the year, there's got to be people that are being born or died or inventions and stuff. So if anybody's interested, has seen something out there, feel free to let us know, either in the comments, which is one way to do it, but ideally an email to dailygunshow@gmail.com. We're always happy to add them to the calendar so that people can be aware of interesting gun stuff. Maybe it comes up in conversation. You act like a big shot at the range or at the gun show or something. If it's something, anniversary or day it was created.
Yeah. All right. So quote or.
Thanks to Pickle for encouraging the slackers to thumb us up. We've got 25 people watching. We got 19 thumbs. That's a great ratio. Appreciate that. We're not just looking for thumbs. We're trying to encourage our audience to be active and remember that whenever you're watching something out there, you're just the product. But when you're influencing what you're watching or you're giving the stuff you're watching some help by clicking on it, using the platforms that it's on, you're not only helping that particular show, but you're telling the platform that it's on the type of content that a viewer is interested in. So use that power and exercise it here, clicking on ours if you want, but definitely click that button whenever you go to a video that you think is interesting. Using those toggles and switches and thumbs and hearts and likes and stuff are what give you some influence on the platforms. So that's
Absolutely.
All right. So what else we got? We got a gun of the day here. Browning International Medalist. Anybody know about that one? That was
I don't.
Angry. What's the last gun you bought?
Last gun I bought was a North American Arms Guardian.
Oh snap! Which one's
Yeah.
it? Oh, that little one,
The
25
little-
ACP.
This is 32. It's the little C camp
Okay,
phone.
so why NAA as opposed to any of the other little 32s like that? Like a C camp?
Because it's what they had.
Oh, okay. So were you
Yeah.
like, I need a little gun, or you're just like,
Yeah,
fuck it,
I
I'm getting a
was-
little gun.
I was looking for another pocket gun. I didn't want to use the 22 as the pocket gun.
Rim fire,
Yeah,
rim lock potentially in the mag. Now you got rimless, you got center fire.
center fire.
Not
bigger.
huge power difference, but it's
Yeah.
a cartridge that'll go off when you click the button.
Exactly.
Pull trigger.
And
Yeah.
it's actually smaller and more compact than the little Taurus 22 that I had. Granted, the Taurus 22 was cool because I had the flip-up barrel and everything, but this is just easier to rack. It's tinier, so it's even more concealable. Yeah, so
As much fans as there are of the little revolvers, there's fewer of them because there are fewer guns. But the people that have the NAA semis really like that.
yeah, like
So
it's,
I haven't really shot them. I've just played with them. Is it shoot good?
yeah, it's a nice little. Yeah, it's not super snappy. It's, I mean, you can't get obviously a full purchase on because it is so tiny.
They
But
look cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It definitely makes a good little pocket gun, or if you were gonna ankle carry or whatever. Plus, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure like the little like C camp wallet thingamajigs, that they'll fit in those too. So if you wanted to carry in like a wallet holster or whatever,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could.
sure.
You know, I don't know. We talked a little bit when Bob was saying about guns that comply. So wallet holsters, if they're designed incorrectly, are AOWs. But if they're designed in compliance, then they can be
Yeah,
basically a hole in the trigger, and you just have to expose the side on a semi-auto.
Yeah.
So now you can put it in your pocket, and I think that concept is valid. When
Oh,
you know
yeah.
you're wearing a suit or something nice, you know you're out
Oh, yeah.
or something, and
especially because
you
it
don't want
blends
to
right
have-
in. Like if you're looking at someone with like dress slacks or something
Right.
on, you're just gonna think, oh, it's their wallet or their card holder or something
it's a
like
wallet,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or another wallet, exactly, or maybe a phone. But then when somebody is robbing you or something, potentially you reach in your pocket. How discreet is that? Like,
Here's my wallet, sir.
yeah. So I think it takes care of business well too. So
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah, very cool. Very good gun. I would say historical factor, but you know.
No, the NAA makes two of their own calibers. It's the 25 and the 380. Is that what it? No, it's a 25 and a 32, and a
32.
380 with a 32 projectile.
Yep.
They didn't have those, or you just didn't want that crazy.
They
unique?
didn't have them.
Would you have gone with one of their crazy hybrid calibers? I think it's
I-
the 25 NAA and the 32 NAA.
Yeah, because of me being who I am, I probably would have if they had it, but this is the only one they had. That was in my price point.
What was it? How much was it?
Just over it was like 210 or 210, I think is what it came out.
Retail. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think
But yeah, that's
I
cool.
want to say it was less, but then I bought ammo. and stuff.
210 is a decent price too, because I mean, new in the box and things are like what, 4 or something.
Oh, you got to use it.
Yeah, I got it used.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did buy it used. But I checked it out and everything beforehand because the whole thing was I was going because I wanted to get a smaller little pocket pistol and just going and checking out different guns that they had, and that just hit the price point. Plus, like I loved my little NAA mini revolver that I had. I don't have it anymore, so I was kind of like, I need another NAA in my life. So that's how I justified it.
Like I said, they've got and it's basically the same gun. It's just that it's chambered differently when you get them in those NAA calibers.
Yeah.
Do you think that anybody would like, let's say you had to use it in court? Do you think they give you rough because you're using such an obscure caliber or anything?
I don't know.
That's a good question because I have always heard don't play with your carry ammo and all that.
Yeah, you don't be weird about it
But
or
I don't
whatever.
think so
But
though, because I mean, it's
it's
such a small.
established caliber, and
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
made by a reputable company.
And that's the thing. I think too, when it broke down to it, I mean, especially like, granted, with like the lawyers and stuff like that, they may be a little bit more exact, but if you know the news is sitting there trying to sway people, I got a news person's going to go, oh, he shot him with 32 NAA or whatever. So you're like, oh yeah, and he used a small. They're probably gonna call it like a 22 or something, or
No, it's such a small caliber.
Yeah.
It's probably negligible in court.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somehow legal Saturday Night Special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Now, if you use like a Tokarev in defense or something, they'd be like, oh, 7.62R, they shot him with an AK pistol or something, you know. But
That's kind of true, yeah. People picking some obscure military,
Yeah.
old, well, not obscure, but old military.
Yeah.
Are the NAAs on the list in California, do you know? Because they're
Nope.
been around for a while.
I'm pretty sure we can't get any of them here.
Not compliant. They don't have the chamber indicator. They don't have the.
yeah, there's no external safeties or anything on it. It's just strong, double action only, triple.
And is that the kind of thing
The only tiny revolver I get is the the plastic one.
So as we were talking about how sometimes law enforcement can get things off roster, do you think that's the kind of thing that they can get, or is it just the
Yeah,
California?
they could get that.
Okay. So they are in California, just not easily obtainable or obtainable necessarily.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, unless there's some kind of like tiny pistol rule where maybe those are banned. Because I don't really see them around gun shops, even in the used section. So I'm not sure now, actually.
It looks like Angelina's got some homework for tomorrow or for Monday.
Homework.
Homework over the weekend. All right, so I think we've wrapped up most of the stuff, and we're really early. So did we start early? No, we started around time.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we've got some extra time, or we can end it early. What does the audience think out there? It's getting really cold here.
I'm shivering. It's 76 right now, creeping to 75.
One might say it's brisk.
Stupid me only bought a T-shirt.
It's actually nice to be in actual weather. It's like not all wet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not getting much on the gun channel side, and Pickle's saying keep going. But where do we keep going to? Angelina, what do you got going for the weekend? Anything good?
Nope, not really. Just doing some art stuff. I got some designs I gotta catch up on. Yeah, that's about it. What are you doing?
Taxes. I think I'm gonna end up here, go back and get to jump into taxes for a couple of days.
Taxes. Always the taxes. Timothy, what are you doing?
Yeah, no. I got nothing going on. I'm being boring and working and getting the house together, and that's it.
And the early watch.
And the early watch Monday. Oh yeah, that's right. Real quick, since I got this second, I want to thank everybody out there if they're listening that's been participating in the early watch. I've been noticing, but over this weekend, I was looking back and holy crap, there's a lot of work that's been being put in, and I'm like, it's super enthusiastic and motivating to me. So I want to thank everybody out there. And if anybody is interested in joining, it's easy as making a Gmail account. You could just do it early watch, your state abbreviation @gmail.com. Or if there's already one in your state, you can get in contact with them through their Gmail, and they'll tell you how you can help out.
And the goal is to have people in every state monitoring so that we can conglomerate all that information ideally and give people some filter for all of the stuff that's happening.
And hopefully none of us will be in the dark about stuff, Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be building a scoreboard so people can kind of look, or what are we calling it? Yeah,
a scoreboard.
Yeah, so they can see what's the status of all the different things. Looking forward to that. All right, so also we'll be talking about Tulsa. Maybe Jimmy's going to Tulsa, since it doesn't look like the tour's going anywhere. So it's like we're getting an end of the tour here in Tulsa. So got that to look forward to. We just sent the email in for everybody's media passes earlier today. So 14 of them altogether. Actually, shit, I should have done more for you.
We're gonna have 14 cameras there, though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
14. Well, there's 20 people going. 14 with media passes.
That's awesome.
That's pretty intense.
So 40,000 tables divided by 14. Or no, 4,000. What am I saying? 40,000. 4,000 divided by 14. Is it possible to do that kind of math without smacking here?
Can I split my phone into 3 screens?
Not very
There's still some 500 tables a person.
Yeah, 285.7. We'll say 284. Right.
Yeah.
So they only have to do 284 tables
And
apiece.
you split amongst 2 days. mean, that's
I've done 360 at
that's
SHOT Show
100,
before.
that's
So it's possible.
140 some tables a day. That's easy.
Come on. It's only a week.
14 hours, that's 10 tables an hour, 6 minutes a table. Boom. Easy.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Math.
Forget about it. All right. So, where else we got going on here? That bullshit. And anything else? Nope. Your holster color. What color is your holster? Angry?
Black.
Jimmy?
Black.
Mine's a black also. Angelina?
Actually, no. My current holster for my 27 is carbon fiber.
Get out of here.
Right on. Kaida?
I spent the extra $10 for the carbon fiber pattern.
You're now uninvited from the Daily Guns.
Carbon fiber is lighter. It makes it much faster.
Angelina, what color is your holster?
I have one for my shield that is orange, and one that is green, and one that is black, and then also an orange one for my Glock 19.
Oh, snap. I guess I do have a multicam one for the 42.
I thought we were talking about like what's on us right now.
Or no, I have a 41. What the hell do I have? A 41. 42 is a 10, right? No, 40 is a 10. What's 42?
A little itty bitty 380.
Oh, fuck that. I used to have a green one. Now I have one. All right. So thanks again for everybody who's joined us. And we will, well, I'm back in Arizona, so I'm assuming, keep saying it, but we'll be working on the schedule. But I'm liking this conversation about guns. I think we'll just kind of keep it that way with kind of a loose schedule. And we'll, again, try to provide an alternative to the agenda-based crap that the media is trying to push down our throats. And instead, we'll just geek out about guns, and we'll try to encourage people to pick up the cameras that are in your pockets and be part of the media, be the new media, as well as, of course, exploring gun shops and gun shows and museums and all the rest, as well as the adventures of Angelina over at Allen Anchor. Any specials going on over there? Any sales that people should be aware of?
Well, if you use code Gun Channels, you get like 25% or 20% off.
How do you even stay in business with that?
I don't know. I'm just giving it away at this point. So yeah, head over to allenanchor.com. Use code Gun Channels. I got some moderately cool shit that you might like.
You are not going to believe. I just showed these guys the business cards. I am super happy with those. Thank you for making those. Angelina came up with the idea to drop off a business card with people when I'm visiting the shops, so they remember and have like a link to the social medias and stuff. It looks nice, and it's got gloss on both sides. Super cheap. So we also did decals, and we printed some stickers. So I appreciate letting us do that, and mainly seeing the machines. That was super cool.
Yeah, we had a good time.
All right, so hey, we got early watch chat. Who's that? Oh. I'm like, hey, early watch is out here. So early watch CA, you guys got the most.
That's pickle.
Yeah. It looks like a pickle walking around, doesn't it? With a gun.
Little green California.
All right. So with that, I think we'll say thanks to everybody again for watching and listening. And we'll be back. We're back on Monday, but got all kinds of stuff. Is Travis doing anything tomorrow?
Travis is going to come on tomorrow. Rick's Life as I See It's coming on in the afternoon. And
Smeggy and Moon, Tardot.
Smeggy Moon Show. Yeah, Tardot's coming on. Then the week.
What?
Fan chat?
Fan chat Sunday. We're still on Saturday.
Oh.
Sunday, I don't know what mornings we got. Matt still comes on. Never Enough Ammo has Trigger Time.
Yoder, Texas usually posts the Come and Talk It show out of Texas. That's a good one. They helped with the Texas March and getting the word out nationally from that. And then what is it? Jesmala and was Jesmala Saturday and Tardot?
No, he does a show right before that. I think it's like Spec Ops or something like that.
Right, so it's Jesmala and then probably be Okay, so then after that is Van Chat, and then I guess there's some kind of food chat.
Yeah, Midnight does a chat at 11 Eastern.
I don't think it's food chat, but yeah, it's
right?
Yeah, what's up with that? So I think there's another Sunday chat also, but I'm missing that.
Yeah, probably.
So they do it during Van Chat. But yeah, lots of stuff happening. Anybody that wants to do something live, feel free to post it over on Gun Channels. Ask one of the mods over there. We'll help you set up everything you need and have fun with it. Otherwise, we'll be back here at midnight on Monday, and we'll continue the conversation about guns. And we don't have a quote, so I will hit this button over here and share my phone wall.
Guys and gals on gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.